The Delta variant is creating a hectic situation at emergency rooms across the metro. Officials at North Memorial Health and Maple Grove Hospital say they are seeing a significant rise in patients. On Monday, the Minnesota Department of Health reported more than 1,100 new cases and 4 deaths. Officials at North Memorial Health and Maple Grove Hospital say it's hard to keep up with the amount of patients coming through their doors. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
Just in general, we're really busy.
Officials at North Memorial Health and Maple Grove Hospital say it's like a never-ending revolving door. Patients keep coming and coming to be treated for COVID-19.
We have seen a significant uptick in the number of COVID cases coming into the ER. This is up over the approximately last month or so.
Dr. Jeff Vespa says the increase is likely due to the highly contagious Delta variant. State health officials believe this particular strain is responsible for at least 85% of COVID cases. The emergency room doctor says North Memorial Health is also seeing a small number of breakthrough cases.
The breakthrough cases that we are seeing tend to be in people that are older or maybe under some sort of immunosuppressant therapy like chemotherapy or other immune suppressing medications.
The increase in COVID-19 patients is not only creating a backlog in the ER, but the availability of hospital beds is slim.
And what that means for people that have to be admitted is either we have to transfer you to different hospitals, or sometimes you're in the ER for hours and hours waiting to be transferred upstairs.
And for the frontline workers who have been caring for COVID-19 patients for over a year, this situation is draining and sometimes depressing.
Just having to put on all the personal protective equipment between patients and just the high volumes of people that we're seeing. There's just no time for a break. It's just an intense time to work.
Dr. Vespa encourages anyone who can get vaccinated to do so for the good of the general public and healthcare workers.
If we don't get people vaccinated, these surges will come and go. It won't ever go away. And so, we run the risk of having to live this over and over again.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
A Golden Valley home health care agency must pay fines and back pay to dozens of workers for failing to adhere to federal overtime laws. Alliance HHC and Nursing Service must pay $483,000 to 82 current and former workers. A federal investigation found the company only paid regular rates to employees who put in more than 40 hours in a work week. The Golden Valley Company started in 2007 and specializes in serving clients from different cultural backgrounds. Should cities have stricter regulations for pawn shops and small payday lenders? It's a question Golden Valley is considering. The city is looking at possible zoning changes to better regulate pawn shops, precious metal dealers, and payday lenders. The reason to make the changes, according to city officials, could improve livability and prevent crime. One option under consideration: have these type of businesses be located in a certain minimum distance from one another. And the city approved a moratorium on these kinds of businesses last year to study the issue. That moratorium expires this month. Do you remember having a favorite summer camp? There are many kinds to choose from nowadays, and as Delane Cleveland reports, that includes a week-long crash course in broadcast journalism.
Everybody listen to me. Who's done with their survey?
Like any profession, becoming well-versed in the art of broadcast storytelling takes time to develop.
Okay, good. Now we're going to look at the video over here behind us.
Sometimes the first step is the most important one.
So we decided to take an opportunity to get into our creative, artsy side.
Which is why this group of students,
you guys do something that's awesome, so good job,
made their way to the University of St. Thomas for an introduction into the world of broadcast news.
I learned a lot about being in front of the camera and doing interviews on tape this past week, so yeah.
Faya Adam is a soon-to-be high school senior from Brooklyn Park. She's one of 9 students taking part in this week-long TV broadcast camp offered by the nonprofit 360 Journalism.
This is our 4th year of TV broadcast camp in partnership with Blue Cross Blue Shield Center for Prevention. And what we do is we take some of our advanced 360 journalism students They have some skills and experience in reporting with us. We turn them loose to create 2 to 3 minute TV packages on health equity issues.
Healthcare has a long and complicated history with providing equitable care.
During the course of the week, the students practice every component of TV news.
We had our students go do their anchor intros sitting on a desk, and I think for most of them that was probably the most nerve-wracking part.
They also get to do some real journalism.
50 years ago, the clinic was created by activists and professors during an STD outbreak.
The students were tasked with putting together stories focused on racism as a public health crisis. Faya's assignment was to highlight St. Paul's Family Tree Clinic.
I did enjoy doing the interview. I learned a lot about the clinic, and it was something I'm actually interested in. I want to learn more about.
One of the goals of this camp is to give students from underrepresented communities a chance to tell stories that are important to them. They may just be students now, but in the not too distant future, they could be doing this work in a professional setting.
I'm still not fully comfortable on camera, but it's been a really fun experience. I actually want to try it again.
In St. Paul, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A Brooklyn Park native is on a mission to help families as the new school year approaches. Clint Drawn started a nonprofit called Honored to Help. He says he wanted to help people who are struggling emotionally and financially during the pandemic. One way he's doing so is holding a family fun event with the goal of assisting students and families who might have had a hard time buying school supplies.
We want to make sure that kids are getting back acclimated to everyday life and normal life. So we want to give back, get them backpacks filled with school supplies and help the families that maybe having a tough time, because quite frankly, we're all having a tough time right now.
The event will be held August 21st at the Zanewood Recreation Center. SEEP donated more than 500 backpacks for the event. However, organizers are in need of supplies to fill those backpacks. You can drop off items at Brooklyn Park's Central Fire Station.